How you doing, guys? I am back with a tag video. I was recently tagged by the H0RR0Rman, and the subject was werewolves. So I'm going to see if I can remember the questions as I'm going through them. Alright, so first up is favorite werewolf movie. I know most people prefer American Werewolf in London, but for me, there's only really one choice, and that's The Howling. I really enjoyed this film. I was actually underwhelmed with the American Werewolf in London when I finally saw that one. I still enjoy it. Like, it has a great soundtrack and stuff, but I prefer The Howling. I always have. Shame about the sequels though, but love The Howling. All right. The next question, I think, was werewolves versus vampires. You got to pick one, and this is a tricky one because vampires are pretty much sexy for the most part, and I think it's easier to make a vampire movie than it is to make a werewolf movie. There's not that many great werewolf movies, but there's tons of decent vampire films. But I'm going to go with werewolves because the characters, for the most part, are more sympathetic than vampires. Because usually, depending on how they do it, they're pretty much soulless and stuff like that, where most werewolves don't really want to harm people. So there's that. All right, the next question, I think, was worst werewolf movie. And for me, that would be Monster Dog with Alice Cooper. It came out back in the 80s or something like that. It's like an Italian or Romanian movie. It's really bad, although I'm still going to buy it and put it in my collection just to have it. Just for shits and giggles, I guess. All right, let's see what the next question. Most brutal werewolf scene, and for me, it's in this movie called Where, at the very beginning, where this family gets slaughtered by a werewolf. Really great scene, and there's a really great shot of the aftermath of the attack. This is probably one of my favorite werewolf movies that came out in the last 5 years. This one's really cool. So if you haven't seen this one, check this one out. That's Where. All right, let's see here. Next will be favorite transformation scene, and I think my favorite transformation scene was actually in A Company of Wolves. There was like a scene where the wolf burst through the person's mouth. I thought that was really cool. I just wish the film was better. I really hated the fact that it was just like a collection of fairy tales. Like, it looked really cool in the trailers and TV spots for that movie, but I wasn't really a big fan of the finished product. And let's see, what was the last one? There was two more questions. First werewolf movie you've seen, which for me, as the same with the H0RR0Rman, it would be The Wolfman. That was the first time I ever saw a werewolf movie, with Lon Chaney Jr. playing like Larry Talbot or something like that. I'm not too sure if that's the name of the character or not, but that was the first werewolf movie I've seen. And for werewolf legends, I remember I used to read up on a lot of that stuff when I was a kid, and I think there was a legend where, aside from the full moon stuff, that you could rip the skin and see the fur of the werewolf. I thought that was pretty cool. I always kind of liked that idea. And they did use a little bit of that in Trick or Treat, in the werewolf segment of that movie. All right, and I guess that's pretty much it. I think I got everything. There was also a request to do a howl, but I've been trying to do it, but it's not coming out. I was like, woo, or something like that. I can't even do it. That sounds pretty stupid. So I guess that's pretty much it. I think I got all the questions. Hopefully I got them all. All right, now I'm going to tag some people and tag two people. I'm going to tag the horror fan man, which is Grant, and Leo from Geek Legion of Doom. Hopefully, Leo, you haven't been tagged already, but you may have. I don't know. You're pretty popular on YouTube. So I'll put a link to the H0RR0Rman's initial tag video to me in the description box. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you all later.